So MacBook or iPad, I've used both and I'm here to tell you which one you should actually get. But before we get into that, I want to give you the 4 categories you're going to be checking before I even tell you anything, because I have evidence here that I actually know what I'm talking about, because I currently use the MacBook for my laptop project and I also use the iPad for my arts project or like personal project, wherever that is. So personally, I've used both and I'm here to tell you which one you should actually get based on whatever you're using it for, be that school, arts, or basic entrepreneurship. And to check this, we're going to be using 4 categories to rank them. Number 1 on this category is going to be the specs. These 2 devices come with a similar chip, which is the M5 Pro chip. And the M5 Pro chip, it's like just basically carrying a laptop's chip and putting into an iPad. And you already know how good the MacBook's silicon chip is. The iPad is nothing to scoff at, but at the same time, the MacBook Pro is dedicated specifically for office work. Built-in GPU and CPU cores, unified memory. Even with the MacBook Pro, you get a lot of built-in ports like the HDMI ports, the SD card readers, and 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. MacBook is, on the spec side, is basically for office work, heavy-duty jobs. And then on the iPad Pro section, it still uses the same Apple Silicon chip. This time around, it doesn't have some of the built-in extras that comes with the MacBook Pro. Don't get me wrong, the iPad Pro is nothing to scoff at, but at the same time, it doesn't have some of the necessary additional features added into the MacBook Pro that makes it a walking beast. The iPad is slimmer with the same M5 Apple Silicon chip, but trades power for portability. Now, the second section you want to consider is who it's meant for. You see, if you're going for a MacBook, you know you're not a conventional artist. You're basically looking for power and something that can handle the power. I personally use a MacBook to edit my videos, to do some coding project. Right now it does run some racing games. It's built for people that want a laptop but don't want Windows. If you're a video editor, you're a student in school, you need something with like power. But at the same time, if you're an artist, an art student, a designer, for example, a brand owner, you don't have much business going for the MacBook Pro, because you can get the iPad Pro, you can get an Apple Pencil, and you can get the Magic Keyboard and you're good. And I have my Apple Pencil right here. If you think I'm lying, this is my Apple Pencil Pro. Now, I use this for designing basically, then I was using it for gaming and it was going so well, which is another category I think like the iPad is being slept on, because the iPad surprisingly is so good at gaming. For the third section on this list, we have portability and real world usage. I've carried both around and I am not gonna lie, for portability, we're gonna give it to the iPad hands down, because you see, the iPad is way lighter than the MacBook and it's easier to use around. It's very, very thin. The current iPad, the M5 chip, is the thinnest iPad they have currently created. But when you're working outside, you need like a 15 tab work section, or you want to open tabs while researching and working and editing, you need